It's been almost 5 years since Puerto Rico was ravaged by Hurricane Maria. Now the federal government has pledged to help modernize and strengthen the island's power grid. $12 billion has been earmarked for the project, and President Biden aims to have Puerto Rico reach 40% renewable energy by 2025 and 100% renewable energy by 2050. Gloria Gonzales is the deputy energy editor of Politico, and she's been following the current power struggle on the island, and she joins us now to talk about it. Thanks so much for joining us, Gloria. Explain to our viewers, what is the current situation of power on the ground in Puerto Rico right now, and why is this plan so critical for the people there?
Well, unfortunately, we got another reminder just yesterday of how unstable the grid in Puerto Rico is when about 1,000 megawatts of power went offline yesterday afternoon. That knocked out power to about 700,000 people on the island. Now, the power was pretty quickly restored to the vast majority of those people, but it is a reminder of how unstable the grid is. It's in desperate need of repair, and the federal government has the funds allocated to do so. So the question is, how quickly can they get those funds out the door and to the island?
So the power grid was challenged before being devastated by a hurricane. We are inching towards hurricane season again. Time is running out. When will, first off, what sort of investment is the administration talking about? And when will the people of Puerto Rico actually see the results of that investment?
Well, recently, the Biden administration and the government of Puerto Rico reached a deal to start to move those funds out the door. We'll likely see the first project, substation repair project, in the middle of the year. But that's only the first project. It's going to take years for all the projects all the facilities that need to be repaired. And so I think the people of Puerto Rico are going to experience some challenges in their power system for the foreseeable future.
Is there a way to explain how perhaps rebuilding Puerto Rico's power grid could serve as a model for the rest of the United States?
Indeed, the idea is that Puerto Rico's system has about $10 billion allocated to it. And so the money is already there. And so what is the best way to spend that money? And there are folks on the island who believe that the best way to spend that money is on renewable energy, which aligns perfectly with Biden administration's climate goals. So the idea is you take the island, which is a sunny island, which has abundance of renewable resources, in the sense of having that ability to tap into the sun, but right now only has about 2.5% of its power generated from renewable energy. The idea is that you ramp that up by using these federal fundings, and you lower the dependence that the people of Puerto Rico have on a troubled electric grid by putting rooftop solar systems on the island, by expanding battery storage facilities on the island as well.
So, like we've seen with this conversation, not just here, but around the world, there's always pushback. Is everyone on board with this idea of switching over to renewable energy?
Not everyone is on board. Some people are concerned that the renewable energy is just too intermittent to be relied on. And right now, like I said, it's only 2.5%. So it's going to take years before that percentage is ramped up. And so in the meantime, there are people on the island, including the congressional representative on the island, who believe that it should be more of a all of the above energy approach rather than a complete focus on renewable power specifically.
All right, Gloria Gonzales, thank you very much.
Thank you.